Just now, Blaise Lin took advantage of the good timing and beautiful scenery to publicly confess to junior sister Zhu. And he successfully won over this stunning beauty. Even Blaise Lin did not expect that one of the harem beauties was originally the protagonist. She unexpectedly gave her heart to him. The system even offered a manual on dual cultivation as a reward. Blaise Lin, after returning to his room, tossed and turned, finding it difficult to sleep. Various situations have arisen since Ethan Yi paid his respects to the mountain. It has already had an impact on his immortal Dao heart. He could dismiss his junior sister, but now even the supporting character Yuan Jiang is shaking him up internally. If it weren't for the second junior sister being injured at the time, he would have stayed to fight side by side with senior brother Yuan Jiang. Blaise Lin couldn't help but sigh. If he had the destiny of the protagonist and the guidance of Master, he wouldn't mind staying in this world to save Qinglan, disciple of Immortality, and protect Master and the junior sisters. Alas, he is just a small-time bad guy. Now he only needs to hold on for a little longer. Acting well in the final curtain call will allow him to ascend. If any major changes occur again, he will just accept his fate. Who would have known that at this moment, the system unexpectedly played a different card? It raised his cultivation level to the early manifestation stage. First, he secretly took the Dan pill at night. His divine consciousness inexplicably soared to the maximum level. And then, coupled with this, who is the real protagonist of the top internal drive engine, Northern Abyss Vital Energy? Blaise Lin, who broke through the manifestation stage, immediately checked his own manifestation. What surprised him was that his manifestation turned out to be an ordinary long sword. It was far inferior to the manifestations of his three junior sisters. But he thought to himself that he was just an insignificant small bad guy after all, so he accepted it. He intended to go to sleep at this point. The third junior sister unexpectedly knocked on Blaise Lin's door in the middle of the night. Blaise Lin is speechless as this girl had just woken up. What is she up to this time? After the drugging incident, the third junior sister's gentle and virtuous image has already collapsed in his heart. So he refused to let the third junior sister in, using the excuse that there should be a distinction between men and women because he was not wearing clothes. Unexpectedly, the third junior sister directly pushed open the door. Blaise Lin was startled by her actions, and quickly stepped back. The third junior sister explained that she just had some things on her mind, and wanted to talk to Blaise Lin about it. But it seems that there was some awkwardness in their interaction. Why is Blaise Lin so composed? It's because the two side missions up to now have all been completed. Next is the final 5 Peaks Martial Gathering. He really doesn't want to make any mistakes that could jeopardize the plot. At this moment, the third junior sister suddenly moved closer to Blaise Lin and explained that she drugged everyone in the soup to make them pass out. In fact, she just wanted to be alone with the eldest brother. What caught Blaise Lin off guard the most was that the third junior sister didn't follow the normal routine again. Becoming the first junior sister to eat crab completely caught his future. The battle arena of the second and third junior sisters strikes again tonight. This time, their competition is even more intense. He finally chose the hot and mature second junior sister. He chose the gentle and lovely third junior sister. As the senior brother of the bad guy, does Blaise Lin still need to choose? Just now, Blaise Lin didn't expect it. The usually gentle and adorable third junior sister turned out to be so bold. The third junior sister quickly explained that she has been exposed to a wide range of works since childhood, and has dabbled in various fields. She has read extensively, so she has some understanding. This is also the moment she has longed for the most since childhood. Blaise Lin quickly pushed the third junior sister away when he saw the situation. Junior sister, you are now unknowingly tainted by inner demons. Continuing like this, all your hard work will be ruined in no time. Moreover, there are junior sisters everywhere outside. If we are seen together, neither of us will have a place to stand as Qinglan disciples of Immortality. Watching the pitiful and wrong appearance of the third junior sister, Blaise Lin also doesn't know what to do. At this moment, the third junior sister suddenly spoke up. The current her only wants to know one answer. That is, who does she prefer in the hearts of the second senior sister and eldest brother? Before anyone could say anything, the second senior sister actually pushed the door open and rushed in. And she asked the shameless third junior sister to let go of eldest brother. The third junior sister didn't expect that the third senior sister was secretly following her. Since we have been openly and secretly competing for so many years, let's not pretend anymore today. I will compete with the second senior sister for senior brother's favor. This has stunned eldest brother watching the show on the side. He never expected this to happen to himself. The second junior sister advised the third junior sister to dismiss this idea as soon as possible. You should go find that Ethan quickly. He is the one suitable for you. The third junior sister got angry. You and that Ethan are truly meant for each other. At this moment, the second junior sister suddenly threw herself into the arms of the eldest brother. She asked Blaise Lin to inform the third junior sister that she would be alone tonight and needing rescue. And without the eldest brother's favoritism, how could he have gone to the great Zhou dynasty in his childhood to help a friend remove their inner demons and eliminate enemies for the junior sister? Moreover, just based on the imposing figure, the second senior sister has already won. On the other hand, the third junior sister made eldest brother back down. That damn tenderness must be cut off decisively. Let's not talk about how many times eldest brother secretly repaired the strings for me when I was a child. Just now, she was the first one to eat crab, and that is enough to win. So eldest brother, who will you choose? And at this moment, eldest brother did not answer. Instead, he walked alone to the window and gazed at the night sky. Then, he began his inner monologue. At this moment, senior brother is like that bright full moon, taking care of all of you shining like stars. Only when we are all together can we form a complete night scene. So senior brother doesn't belong to any one of you, but belongs to the entire cultivation disciple. The second and third junior sisters, who were jealous and competitive just a second ago, have become a loving family in the next second. There's no other way because he is a natural warm-hearted man. It should be the most basic duty to melt the hearts of the Yandere junior sisters. This night, the three of them slept side by side on the bed like they did when they were children. The atmosphere was incredibly peaceful and lovely. Although Blaise Lin, a beauty, was in his arms, his heart was very calm. Just because at this moment, he felt the long-lost atmosphere of home. If you were not the female lead, and he was not a bad guy, maybe they could really establish a harmonious and happy big family here. Blaise Lin also vaguely felt that if he continued to sink into it, what awaited him would be irreversible. It was as if he had experienced it countless times before. But even so, what does it matter? The cute and naive small junior sister deliberately put on white leggings. She did it just to welcome eldest brother's triumphant return. Sure enough, small junior sister understands eldest brother's thoughts the best. Blaise Lin felt like his shoulder was almost scrapped off as soon as he got up in the morning. It's better to stay single by oneself. Aurelia Zhu suddenly came to report. Senior brother Lin, a fierce battle between good and evil broke out in the city last night. Thousands of dark disciples died, and after the supreme witch lord of the ghost witch disciples died, the remaining remnants of the dark disciples all retreated from the city. Blaise Lin also learned from Aurelia Zhu that no bodies of righteous individuals were found. However, it was heard that a man dressed in the attire of the Qinglan disciple of Immortality, covered in blood, walked out of the city gate carrying a sword. Blaise Lin's anxious heart finally relaxed. He did not expect Yuan Jiang, senior brother, to be so powerful that he even eliminated the Supreme Witch Lord at the nascent soul stage. Based on the original clues, the 8 dark disciples planned to contaminate the surrounding branch spiritual meridian of the Qinglan disciple of Immortality in order to spread the toxicity to the main mountain spiritual meridian. Foiling this plan ahead of time should help reduce casualties among the Qinglan disciple of Immortality. Over the next 2 days, Blaise Lin led his junior sisters to locate the contaminated branch spiritual meridian and split it in two, thus cutting off the connection to the main mountain spiritual meridian of the Qinglan disciple of Immortality. To Blaise Lin's surprise, his 2 junior sisters proved to be remarkably insightful, as they accurately found the source of contamination. Aurelia Zhu, in particular, displayed great dominance by single-handedly destroying the source of the toxic substance. Seeing this situation, Blaise Lin combined with some previous events, he has already come up with a bold conjecture in his mind. After resolving all these matters, Blaise Lin and his companions finally triumphantly returned to Disciple to report. Aurelia Zhu also bid farewell, and left at this point. Just as Blaise Lin was about to return to Celestial Wan Peak, small junior sister suddenly appeared at the Disciple's door to welcome eldest brother's return. Blaise Lin is also ecstatic. I didn't even have the chance to say goodbye to her before leaving. I am really an irresponsible eldest brother. When Blaise Lin hugged small junior sister, he unexpectedly found out that small junior sister was wearing the white tights again. Junior sister, you're really something. The second and third junior sisters almost exploded on the spot when they saw this scene. So they formed an alliance. We can't let small junior sister get ahead no matter what. The two who formed a united front acted immediately and stopped small junior sister's actions. Small junior sister, you go back first. Eldest brother will come find you after he finishes his important matters. After all, if he doesn't leave the scene quickly, he might be killed by the junior sisters with knives. Who knew small junior sister would start another pitiful act again? Just because I'm a little fool, I don't deserve eldest brother's love. If I hadn't been injured by that scum Ethan Yi before, I could have joined eldest brother in battle. And her pitiful appearance also made both junior sisters feel sorry for her. Although the two of us may be jealous and competitive, it doesn't affect this innocent and naive small junior sister. After all, what scheming could such an innocent and naive small junior sister have? In the end, the movie queen Sakura Lu's still slightly outshone, snatching eldest brother away from senior sister. Seeing the long-lost small junior sister Blaise Lin is also very happy. At this moment, small junior sister looked at Blaise Lin with an innocent and pure expression on her face. She expressed that she had obediently waited for eldest brother for so long. Should eldest brother give Sakura some rewards? Yandere's small junior sister unexpectedly wants eldest brother to publicly kiss her jade foot. But she was directly rejected by eldest brother. How can the distinguished chief disciple of the Celestial Wan Peak do such a thing to the innocent small junior sister? No, this is absolutely not acceptable. At this moment, little sister Junior, who is alone with eldest brother, is gazing adoringly at Blaise Lin. Sakura has been obediently waiting for eldest brother for so long. Won't eldest brother give Sakura some rewards? At this moment, although Blaise Lin really wants to pamper small junior sister, in order to prevent the plot from deviating. So he earnestly stated, eldest brother can spoil you, but there must be limits. For example, I am the older brother. Eldest brother can kiss your cheeks and forehead. This is a form of affection from an elder to a younger one. However, kissing on the lips is absolutely not allowed. Small junior sister is very heartbroken. Clearly, that time when she kissed eldest brother at Lotus Cave Mansion. Eldest brother, you didn't refuse either, did you? Blaise Lin is speechless. He said that time he saw her being hit by Ethan Yi. He couldn't bear to refuse. Stop it, Sakura, you are in the prime of your youth. These love affairs are not suitable for you. Blaise Lin knows well that before he ascends to immortality, it is necessary for him to pull small junior sister back on the right track to prevent her from going astray. Of course, the main reason is that he really can't resist small junior sister's attack. But small junior sister is still unwilling to give up. She took out the grass ring she made for Blaise Lin and confessed her feelings to eldest brother. Blaise Lin from childhood helped her get rid of inner demons. He once alone slaughtered that spirit beast, all of which she has always remembered. Blaise Lin said that these are all trivial matters. Sakura is now an excellent beastmaster. Eldest brother is very relieved. Small junior sister then informed Blaise Lin that in her hometown, a girl close to the age of 15 voluntarily gave a ring she made by hand to a boy, indicating her love and fidelity until death. If the boy does not agree, the girl will end up lonely and unmarried for life. Or the girl may kill her beloved and then commit suicide. This way, they will be together forever. Blaise Lin was instantly dumbfounded upon hearing that. What the hell kind of twisted admiration is this? Small junior sister quickly explained that she would never harm eldest brother. And this heavenly heart ring she originally intended to give to senior brother before eldest brother set off for Oceanrise City. Blaise Lin saw small junior sister's heartfelt efforts and quickly comforted her. But when he thought about receiving this ring, if he were to become an immortal and leave, wouldn't he end up bearing the reputation of a scumbag? Unless he is an accident at the Five Peaks martial gathering. So he decided to wait until a few days after the Five Peaks martial gathering to discuss it further after he bursts Ethanya's head. Little junior sister saw this and did not say anything more. Even if the events in the Celestial Tao memory are followed, eldest brother will ultimately be sent to the Cliff of Regret. She is also willing to transform into a ray of light, warming and merging into eldest brother's body. As long as she can be with eldest brother, spending a lifetime at the Cliff of Regret is of no consequence. At this moment, small junior sister suddenly stood up, asking Blaise Lin very seriously if he likes her or not. Blaise Lin said it's natural. Who knew small junior sister would sit shyly on the table, wanting Blaise Lin to kneel down and kiss her jade-like feet. Blaise Lin was at a loss for a moment. As a bad guy, what should he do? After a brief internal struggle, Blaise Lin said that as the chief disciple of Celestial One Peak, how could he let a little girl manipulate him? Do you think you are the master? Please calm down, this Yandere junior sister. Seeing eldest brother so clueless, small junior sister has started another pitiful performance. Blaise Lin is speechless. He never thought he would also have a day when he would be manipulated. In the end, eldest brother compromised. The aloof master welcomed the victorious senior brother with the bad guy and even deliberately changed into black knee-length socks. And this while scene happened to be seen very clearly by eldest brother. Master-disciple really didn't see anything. Just now, after Blaise Lin finished licking small junior sister's feet, he came to the riverside to wash. This also caused him great psychological shadow. At this moment, Blaise Lin suddenly thought of small junior sister's previous question to him. Was Corpse Demon Taoist really killed by Ethanya? How did small junior sister know about Corpse Demon Taoist? Moreover, it is not just her. Even the second and third junior sisters, and Aurelia Zhu included. They all behaved very abnormally during this demon-slaying operation. Furthermore, coupled with a series of misfortunes that happened to him before, Blaise Lin speculated that they may also be reincarnators. Or perhaps they are time travelers who, like him, have knowledge of the script. Although Blaise Lin is not completely certain now, all the side plots have been completed. Next, it depends on their performance at the Five Peaks martial gathering. Blaise Lin has missed Master these past few days. After comforting small junior sister, it will be time for him to be intimate with Master. At the same time, Master is also worried about Blaise Lin. After all, according to the plot description of the Celestial Tao drama, Grace should have killed Corpse Demon Taoist and returned to report. In order not to affect the plot, she did not intervene this time. But she is still very worried about Blaise Lin's safety. Even if it means breaking the Celestial Tao prophecy, she cannot let Blaise Lin be harmed in any way. Just as she was about to go out to look for Blaise Lin, she unexpectedly saw the black socks that Blaise Lin had given her before. Will he be happy to see me in this outfit? Just as Master was putting on his socks, Blaise Lin suddenly pushed the door open. This embarrassing scene was also captured in full by Blaise Lin. Blaise Lin did not expect that Master would also be particularly fond of the black socks he gave him. So Master also has such a Yandere side in his heart. He tried to ease the awkwardness by saying that he hadn't seen anything just now, Blaise Lin said. But how could Master believe his nonsense? Just as Master had a thought, she brought Blaise Lin into her spiritual space. And what awaited Blaise Lin next was the sword training session with Master. After 2.5 hours of military training, Blaise Lin was so exhausted that he almost dropped dead on the spot. And in his duel with Master, he significantly increased his own sword way cultivation level. When he thought about how strong he had become, Blaise Lin's head felt like it exploded. How can Ethan Yi still compete with him tomorrow? Master is also very satisfied with Blaise Lin's performance. Not only has his cultivation level entered the manifestation stage, but his sword technique has also become more refined. I indeed did not misjudge him. Blaise is truly a one-in-a-million genius sword cultivator. Who would have known that at this moment, Seraphina Shao unexpectedly entered Blaise Lin's divine consciousness? Blaise Lin at this moment looks bewildered. Master, what's wrong? It turns out that even Seraphina Shao can sense the terrifying aura of Blaise Lin's manifestation. She feels like she has seen it somewhere before. Perhaps she's worrying too much. Now, Blaise Lin is among the younger generation of Qinglan disciple of Immortality. There are no more than 3 people who can defeat him. Blaise Lin's soaring strength is not unrelated to Ethan Yi. It can be said that it's all thanks to this protagonist. Just because before Ethan Yi worshipped the mountain, his cultivation level had been stagnant for more than a decade. But after Ethan Yi started his cultivation journey for just over a month, he soared all the way to the manifestation stage, and the behaviors of the female leads also became unusual. Blaise Lin, in order to have no regrets before ascending, plans to confess his deep feelings to the Master during this time. However, as the usual Sea King, he finds it easy to say such words to his junior sister, but he just can't bring himself to say them to the Master. At this moment, a cultivation disciple suddenly received urgent orders. Due to the dark disciples becoming restless, the situation between the righteous and demonic factions has become tense. The current 5 Peaks martial gathering is rescheduled to start officially tomorrow at noon. Furthermore, the other 2 major righteous cultivation disciples from the East Realm will also send their chief disciple and Saintess Buddhist devotee to attend. Oh my! Isn't this scene getting a bit too grand? The Chosen One unexpectedly took all the credit for Yuan Zhang's achievements. He is a scoundrel who harms his fellow disciples and steals their credit. Even Eldersher sneers at him and disdains to associate with him. Just now, Blaise Lin heard that tomorrow, the 5 Peaks martial gathering will be held. His heart is also filled with mixed emotions. Master reassures Blaise Lin not to worry. In tomorrow's match against Ethan Yi, he just needs to do his best. Master will take care of everything else. At this moment, Master also asked what Blaise Lin wanted to say just now. No matter what the request is, she will do her best to fulfill it. Blaise Lin also gathered up the courage at this moment, and spoke out what he had long kept hidden in his heart. Master has raised and cared for disciple to adulthood over the past decade. The protection and care have never been thanked by you. Today, Blaise Lin is here. Please allow me to bow to Master. And he reminds Master that he will take care of herself after he is gone. She must take good care of herself. Drink less of the wine that harms your health. Take good care of the flowers and plants at Lotus Cave Mansion. He has also prepared Master's favorite dishes. He has taught Steward Wang how to make the crispy spirit fat cake. Before Blaise Lin could finish speaking, he was interrupted by Master. At this moment, although Seraphina Shao was very touched, she also felt a bit sad. She held back her tears and expressed that what Blaise Lin had just said was not what she wanted to hear. She then turned her head and instructed Blaise Lin to beat Ethan Yi into a pig head at the 5 Peaks martial gathering tomorrow. After that, he should obediently return to her side. On Blaise Lin's side, he was also deeply saddened. The thought of not wanting to leave has never been so strong. Indeed, in this vast Qinglan disciple of immortality, what he cares most about is still master. In order to not put pressure on Blaise Lin, Seraphina Shao told him that even if he loses in tomorrow's battle, he will always be her disciple. However, she made it clear that such inexplicable words should not be spoken again in the future. And just as Master was leaving, Blaise Lin finally uttered the words hidden in his heart. "I will always love you." When she heard the words, "I love you," Seraphina Shao could no longer suppress the emotions in her heart. In fact, she felt the same way. But is what Blaise said, "I love you," really the same meaning as I understand? I have failed to uphold the discipline as a master to disciple that I raised with my own hands. At this thought, she blushed and hurried back to Lotus Cave Mansion. Meanwhile, inside the Celestial Sky Palace on Dragon Head Peak, Aurelia Zhu and the second senior sister led eldest brother to intercept the demon race, defeating corpse demon Taoist and heavenly soul disciple young master, as well as heavenly Yin boy. They reported everything to the Peak Master present. The Peak Masters of all peaks did not expect the main character of this action to turn out to be Blaise Lin. The chief disciple who usually just slacks off unexpectedly possesses such outstanding abilities. At this point, that master suddenly interrupted the bragging of several people, indicating that War of Oceanrise City has died, not just these unpopular guys. The Ghost Witch disciple was almost completely wiped out. Disciple leader just remembered that there is still this major event. So they asked Aurelia Zhu, "Is the Ghost Witch disciple also the work of Blaise Lin?" For a moment, the two of them didn't know how to answer. At this point, the protagonist Ethan Yi suddenly appeared. He said that what senior sister Zhu mentioned about those small fries were indeed killed by Blaise Lin. However, the Ghost Witch disciple, the Supreme Witch Lord, and the 3,000 Bronze Armor Corps Legion all died by his sword. At that moment, all the disciples present were shocked by this event. Just at the manifestation stage, he was able to defeat so many high-level Dark Disciple experts with his own strength. How incredibly powerful is he, the Chosen One? At this moment, Elder Sher felt disgusted as if he had eaten 2 pounds of feces. He had never seen such a shameless and brazen person before. He not only killed innocent fellow disciples and destroyed Blaise Lin's token, taking credit for others' achievements, but also forced Elder Sher to teach the Burning Blood, Sustaining Breath secret technique. At this moment, Ethan Yi doesn't care about the details. He only wants to step on Blaise Lin during tomorrow's 5 Peaks martial gathering, humiliating the Celestial One Peak's eldest brother, and making him wish he were dead. Elder Sher advises him not to be too optimistic. Although his cultivation level has advanced rapidly, his foundation is not solid. Moreover, this secret technique goes against the natural order and will consume some of his life essence. Ethan Yi has a black line on his face, indicating that he considers himself the greatest being, the Chosen One, in both heaven and earth. Sacrificing this aspect of destiny means nothing to him. As for the future and the like, he sought a saintess, who is a harmonious joy disciple to prepare the elixir. What came back was this. This YouTuber can only evaluate him in this way. It's not personal. Master Su unexpectedly wants to pass on his unique secret technique to junior sister Zhu. The second and third junior sister have also set aside their internal conflicts for the sake of senior brother. As good sisters, as long as eldest brother is not taken away by outsiders. Sharing between the two is not impossible either. And Yuan Jiang senior brother, who was previously killed by Ethan Yi, did not die a tragic death. At this moment, Yuan Jiang, covered in injuries, rushed back from Oceanrise City. Although he failed to personally kill junior sister Gua before corpse demon Taoist avenged his junior brother, the trip was not in vain. He defeated the Supreme Witch Lord of the Ghost Witch Disciple and 3,000 Bronze Armor Corps Legion, meaning there will be less pressure when the 8 Dark Disciples attack Qinglan next. However, Yuan Jiang now lacks confidence. At the moment when Heavenly Blood Demon broke through the weakened seal, he no longer had the will to live. This was because after his intense battle with the Supreme Witch Lord, he was sneak attacked by that Ethan Yi, and his source was compromised. Perhaps he has already forgotten what Ethan Yi looks like. But the sword intent on that black sword must belong to the male protagonist Ethan Yi, and only Ethan Yi, the chosen one, can directly deprive him of his source. Yuan Jiang hates it. As a time traveler, he is so powerless in front of Ethan Yi. But he must not fall before killing the heavenly blood demon. At the same time, Blaise Lin, who wanted to thank Yuan Jiang, was informed by Junior Brother that Yuan Jiang returned to cultivation disciple yesterday and has been in seclusion at the Cliff of Enlightenment for recovery. It is not convenient for him to come out and meet now. At this moment, Blaise Lin is a bit confused. The Supreme Witch Lord of the Ghost Witch disciple should have been killed by Yuan Jiang. How did Ethan Yi take credit for it? The plot has now taken a different turn. Hopefully, nothing unexpected will happen at the Five Peaks Martial Gathering tomorrow. The second junior sister is also secretly following Blaise Lin in the middle of the night to witness the battle between the eldest brother and Ethan Yi. Destiny cannot be changed. Even if Blaise Lin suffers a defeat and loses her reputation tomorrow, she is willing to accompany Blaise Lin all the time. It will also be convenient for her to stick with the eldest brother at the Cliff of Regret. Just at this moment, the third junior sister suddenly appeared. The rival meeting was also particularly jealous. The third junior sister is worried about senior sister's match tomorrow. But the most terrifying Aurelia Zhu, the chief disciple of Phoenix Song Peak, the second junior sister, calmed her down. Don't worry unnecessarily here. Although Aurelia Zhu won over her in the last martial gathering, she has also been the champion once. But according to the Celestial Tao memory, she will still lose to Aurelia Zhu. At this moment, the protagonist Ethan Yi stepped forward to comfort her. He successfully defeated Aurelia Zhu and won senior sister's heart. Although the third junior sister dislikes senior sister competing with her for the eldest brother, she cannot bear to see senior sister being deceived by this scumbag Ethan Yi. The second junior sister stated that no matter what happens tomorrow, she must defeat Aurelia Zhu, while the third junior sister came this time to exchange order with her. This way, not only can they break the stalemate, but it will also allow her to preserve her strength to beat up Ethan Yi. At this moment, the second junior sister also realized the goodwill of the third junior sister. In fact, their common goal is for eldest brother to be safe and sound. The second and third junior sister reached an agreement to temporarily set aside their internal conflict. The two of them also reconciled at this moment. After all, as long as eldest brother is not taken away by outsiders, what's wrong with sharing half with each other? At this moment, Phoenix Song Peak's fairy pool. Widow Su suddenly appeared in front of Aurelia Zhu. She asked her why she seemed so restless since returning from Oceanrise City. Was she worried about the Five Peaks Martial Gathering tomorrow? Aurelia Zhu said she is not. But how could she hide it from Widow Su, who is so observant? Since it's not about the Five Peaks Martial Gathering, it must be because of romantic feelings. Aurelia Zhu blushed instantly when she was guessed correctly, before Widow Su could ask who it was. She did not admit it herself. She explained clearly that there was nothing untoward between her and Blaise Lin, not a hint of covetousness. Widow Su did not expect her well-behaved disciple to end up just like her, falling in love with the same person. If you and Blaise Lin are truly in love, Master will personally go to Celestial One Peak to arrange your marriage. Aurelia Zhu is well aware that Blaise Lin has a close relationship with his three junior sisters. He may not necessarily be interested in her. Widow Su encouraged her not to be disheartened. Tonight, Master will teach you some real skills. This is also for the Sword 2 Mystic Realm after the Five Peaks Martial Gathering. These real skills can also help her deepen her connection with Blaise Lin in the double sword formation. Indeed, Master Su is more understanding of men. He is a warm and affectionate man in the immortal cultivation world. Any woman, no matter what kind, will be enchanted by him as long as she meets his gaze for a moment. Even the chosen one would be ignored in his presence. She was supposed to be the little sister of the Harem Beauties group, but was immediately taken control of by the eldest brother. Is he the noble and refined immortal cultivation disciple younger brother? Today, the Five Peaks martial gathering officially begins. Cultivation disciples from the righteous path of the East Realm and major forces have all arrived. Just as Blaise Lin was sighing, suddenly there was a commotion of pushing and shoving behind him. A woman was stopped by Qinglong disciple. It turned out that the girl was originally the Nanzhao princess invited to observe the Five Peaks martial gathering, but her invitation letter was accidentally lost. This led her to be mistaken as a dark disciple Demoness. Blaise Lin recognized her at a glance. This person is Nanzhao Princess Azure Butterfly Zhao according to the original plot. This Five Peaks martial gathering not only invited fellow righteous sect members, but also extended invitations to some dynastic powers with whom they had previous dealings. And this Azure Butterfly Princess is the representative of the royal family of the Nanzhao Kingdom. Unexpectedly, this girl had her identity jade disc stolen halfway by the new national teacher's ghost witch disciple's little witch lord, who even deliberately gave her a protective jade symbol imbued with ominous and hostile energy. As for the mastermind behind the whole incident, it is none other than the fat Taoist. He wanted to use this opportunity to mistakenly kill the Nanzhao princess on the spot, thus sparking a dispute and causing the power of the Nanzhao kingdom to shift towards the dark disciple's side. According to the following plot, the protagonist Ethan Yi will soon make his appearance riding a sword. Under the guidance of Elder Shi, he will help Azure Butterfly Zhao out of trouble, winning the beauty's heart. But what Blaise Lin finds most absurd is that the demon disciple released by Yuan Jiang, Demoness, is actually Azure Butterfly Zhao's sister. Moreover, Ethan Yi, this kid, is also charming both sisters from the Nanzhao kingdom. However, Blaise Lin doesn't want to meddle in others' affairs. After all, he is just one step away from ascension. Just as he was about to slip away, he was unexpectedly caught from behind by Azure Butterfly Zhao. There's no way out after all, he is a prominent figure as a Qinglong disciple. Young man, I see that all these fierce-looking guys are treating you with great respect. Please believe me. I am really a princess of Nanzhao Kingdom. It's just that I have a playful nature. I just dismissed those royal attendants. The moment Blaise Lin turned around, Azure Butterfly Zhao was instantly captivated. I love him, I love him. This little brother looks so handsome. Is he the noble and ethereal immortal cultivation disciple little brother? At this moment, the cultivation disciple hastily rushed forward to capture him. Blaise Lin then waved his hand to make them stop. And this move made Azure Butterfly Zhao even more touched. Is this little brother going to help others? Unfortunately, the next second things developed in the opposite direction. I saw Blaise Lin glaring fiercely at the girl and warning her that if she continued to pester him, he would lose his temper on the spot. He then ordered his disciple to take her away to handle the matter in an official and just manner. At that moment, the protagonist Ethan Yi suddenly appeared. Blaise Lin, why are you everywhere? Then he asked Elder Shi about this woman. Is she his big opportunity? Azure Butterfly Zhao only stayed on Ethan Yi's face for 2.5 seconds before turning to ask Blaise Lin, a scene that successfully angered Ethan Yi, who dared to hug another man in front of him. I don't want this kind of beautiful woman opportunity either. Before Elder Shi could persuade him, Ethan Yi spoke harshly to Blaise Lin. He threatened that today he would ascend to the highest peak by stepping on Blaise Lin's head. Then he turned around and left gracefully. Blaise Lin was left alone, facing the pitiful little princess. And this awkward scene was misunderstood by many onlookers from the watching the show group around. They thought it was a girl trying to hold onto a scumbag boyfriend after a breakup. Blaise Lin, who was forced to do so, had to use his power to shatter the jade talisman. If nothing unexpected happens, you should be able to pass the inspection of the mountain protection array. And his actions have made Azure Butterfly Zhao admire Blaise Lin even more. Who wouldn't love such a cool and kind little brother? The bad guy eldest brother held all 3 junior sisters in his arms at the same time. He did this to cheer up the third junior sister, who appeared first. He threw 500 spiritual stones to secure her victory. Who knew that the protagonist, Ethan Yi, was just showing off, daring to bet 100,000 spiritual stones against Blaise Lin. Today, the Five Peaks martial gathering has begun. Even Dantai Clearvoice, the saint of music, and one of the 6 saints of Qinglan, disciple of Immortality, has arrived. The protagonist, Ethan Yi, is also very excited. Today's stage is all set for me. I, Ethan Yi, must make a name for myself this time. And I will take the opportunity to take down that fraud, Blaise Lin. Blaise Lin felt irritated at the thought of such a grand stage being set up. He was unhappy that he would be outshined by that fool Ethan Yi. If he were to exert all his strength, he feared that he would be the one who shakes the East Realm today. At this moment, Master also gave Blaise Lin a flirty look to cheer him on. I, Blaise Lin, have endured the humiliation and burden of playing the clown for more than 10 years. Today finally marks the conclusion. No matter what, in this final battle, he must become the brightest star of the entire audience. At this moment, Blaise Lin came to the preparation area to cheer on the 3 junior sisters. After all, it's the final moment. He even played the role of a hammer bad guy. I can treat them a little better if it makes things a little better. Green Tea Small junior sister saw the situation. The first one rushed into eldest brother's arms. Although the second and third junior sister also want to get close to eldest brother, the two have reached an agreement on fair competition. Before eldest brother makes a decision, they are not allowed to get too close to senior brother. As for small junior sister, the two of them completely disregarded her. After all, what bad intentions could someone of that age have? But Blaise Lin wouldn't just favor small junior sister alone. Of course, everyone will all be together. The 3 junior sisters should not put too much pressure on themselves during this Five Peaks martial gathering. We cultivators just need to maintain a pure Tao heart and act with a clear conscience. As for the results, they will be determined by fate, and there's no need to force it. The third junior sister, who is the first to appear, shyly expresses her hopes. If she could secure victory in the first round for Celestial 1 Peak, she wonders if eldest brother could give her some special reward. Before Blaise Lin could respond, the other 2 junior sisters spoke up. They said, "If the 3 of us, senior and junior sisters, can win the competition today, eldest brother must reward us." Blaise Lin is speechless, realizing he shouldn't have come. Very soon, the first round of the Five Peaks martial gathering officially began. Transmitted by the chief disciple of Celestial 1 Peak, personally teaching the third disciple, Faileth Chu. Facing off against the chief disciple of Crimson Cloud Peak, personally teaching the second disciple, Autumn Lunar Chin. Autumn Lunar Chin's imposing appearance also impresses the disciples below. There are rumors that she is the secret weapon of the chief disciple of Crimson Cloud, planning to redeem herself and claim the top spot. Compared to Autumn Lunar Chin, the third junior sister's appearance is quite different. She lacks the same imposing aura, appearing much more subdued. How can her gentle demeanor compete with the fierce Autumn Lunar Chin? Little did they know, according to the original plot, the third junior sister easily defeated Autumn Lunar Chin after a fierce battle of dozens of moves. At the same time, the elder side has also started. The crowd's favorite must be the dark horse from Crimson Cloud Peak, Autumn Lunar Chin, and everyone is betting on her to win. According to the original plot, after Ethan Yi helps Azure Butterfly Zhao solve her problems, he borrows some money from her under Eldershire's guidance. He then invests all of it in the third junior sister and makes a lot of profit. Unfortunately, now the plot has been disrupted by his interference. I wonder what will happen next. At this time, Blaise Lin called out to Caleb, who was about to place a bet in the crowd. Before Caleb could react, Blaise Lin shouted out that he wanted to bet 500 spiritual stones Celestial 1 Peak disciple Faileth Chu to win in 50 to 100 rounds. Defeat the opponent. One's junior sister must be supported. Ethan Yi on the side mocked Blaise Lin for daring to bet on rounds, not afraid of losing his pants. Blaise Lin then raised his middle finger and said, "None of your business. Get lost." Elder was also impressed by Blaise Lin's courage. But compared to his master, he still has a long way to go to win within 10 rounds with 50,000 spiritual stones. It has to be the master. The wealthiest lady in the Qinglan sect of Immortality definitely lives up to her reputation. Unfortunately, the master seems to be losing this time. Speechless, the third junior sister took 50 rounds to win. At this moment, Caleb's heart is bleeding. This is his entire family wealth. Seeing Blaise Lin so proud, I originally wanted to listen to Elder Sure buying Phalith Chu to win. But one has to live with dignity. He just wants to go against Blaise Lin. I bet 100,000 spiritual stones on Autumn Lunar Chin to win. Who would have thought that eldest brother, who has repeatedly defeated the Chosen One, would be unlucky in betting every time? He, who knows the script well, intended to make a big profit at the Five Peaks martial gathering. To his surprise, he not only lost all of Caleb's belongings. Even the 100,000 spiritual stones borrowed from Nanzhao Princess were lost in an instant. This is what they call a small bet for fun, a big bet for harm. Just a moment ago, the battle between third junior sister and Autumn Lunar Chin officially began. Autumn Lunar Chin started off with her ultimate move, the piercing through the clouds and breaking the rain sword technique from her Crimson Cloud Peak. On the other hand, the third junior sister's movements are still as elegant as ever. Just when everyone thought the outcome was decided. Fortunately, I bet all my belongings on Autumn Lunar Chin. The third junior sister simply brushed the strings lightly and pushed back Autumn Lunar Chin. Then with a loud bang, Autumn Lunar Chin was defeated just like that. Everyone looked incredulous. The chief disciple of Crimson Cloud Peak, who had been sharpening his sword for 5 years, as well as the dark horse that countless elders had invested in. They were all crushed by a single move from the opponent. It's over. I've lost all my spiritual stones. I'm going to jump into the Sword Tomb Valley. Even the Grandmaster of Crimson Cloud Peak couldn't believe it. The disciple he painstakingly nurtured actually lost like this. Even the third disciple Phalith Chu was like that. Then how terrifying would the second disciple Grace be? At this moment, the eldest brother's head feels like it's exploding. The third junior sister actually mastered the final stage of the soul-crushing demon melody, Celestial Demon's destructive sound, ahead of time. In the middle of the original plot, the third junior sister sacrificed her own vital essence to help Ethan Yi capture the imperial city of the Great Zhou dynasty, mastering this devastating skill. Why would the third junior sister now master Celestial Demon's destructive sound at this point in time? Blaise Lin just can't understand. In fact, on the eve of the Five Peaks martial gathering, the third junior sister sought the guidance of the Saint of Music specifically to defeat Ethan Yi in the major competition. With the Saint's help, she was able to master Celestial Demon's destructive sound. It is important to note that the third junior sister is a rare talent, known as the Heart of the Guqin, the soul of the sword. By practicing the righteous musical skills, she could achieve the highest stage of unity between the instrument and the sword within 10 years. However, for the sake of eldest brother, she chose to hurry and learn the soul-crushing demon melody, which caused great harm to her own body. Because eldest brother is the gentlest light in the third junior sister's heart, everything is worth it for him. At this time, Caleb still foolishly believed that the third senior sister had won. They had just placed bets, thinking they would make a big profit. Unfortunately, due to a slight miscalculation by Blaise Lin, they missed out by a tiny bit. As a result, Caleb lost all his belongings just like that. Blaise Lin told him not to be sad. The next round, the 4 senior sisters will join in. As long as eldest brother leads, you will win it back. Shortly after, he asked Caleb to take out all the spiritual stones. Go all in. This is the romance of a man. Take a risk. A motorcycle will turn into a plane. Believe that eldest brother will lead you to victory. It's a pity that Caleb doesn't have any spiritual stones on him anymore. The rest are all in the room. If we wait for you to go get them, both you and Sister Sakura will be defeated. Blaise Lin quickly asked Elder Chi if he could temporarily owe the bet. As the chief disciple of Divine Luan and the eldest brother, he would never default on his debts. This is the first time I've heard of betting on credit. Blaise Lin really knows how to push the limits of taking advantage of others. Elder Chi believes in Blaise Lin's reputation. But if he sets this precedent, how will he continue to operate as a bookie in the future? It might be better to borrow from your master first. After all, Grandmaster Xiao just won a lot of money. Blaise Lin's actions also drew ridicule from Ethan Yi nearby. He can't afford to lose a small amount of money. If you kneel down and beg me, Ethan Yi, today, I'll help you turn the tables with your bet. Blaise Lin felt extremely disgusted inside. His arrogant behavior really deserves a beating. At one point, Blaise Lin even began to suspect which of them was the real bad guy. Who knew that at this moment, Princess Azure Butterfly Zhao of the Nanzhao Kingdom suddenly appeared and expressed her willingness to lend spiritual stones to Blaise Lin. With the help of the rich little lady, Blaise Lin immediately became emboldened. He directly bet 100,000 spiritual stones on the small junior sister to win in the north. Who knew, an hour later, the gears of fate played another joke on Blaise Lin. Third round showdown. Celestial Yuan Peak Sakura Lu wins. The long-awaited showdown between the two proud women of the heavens has finally begun. Aurelia Zhu can take the lead with an early sword strike. She stabs Graysqua and wins the victory. But she chose to play a fake match against Blaise Lin instead. On the other hand, Blaise Lin actually asked Azure Butterfly Zhao to help him bet 20,000 on himself to lose. Just now, Blaise Lin bet 100,000 spiritual stones on Sakura Lu to defeat North after Small Junior Sister's second round. Unexpectedly, Small Junior Sister managed to pull off a surprise victory. Small Junior Sister pretended to have a stomachache during the match. Seizing the moment when the opponent Zheng Qingsu hesitated, she launched a successful sneak attack. With one punch, she knocked him out of the ring. Blaise Lin is speechless. This is so unbelievable. How can such an unethical move change the course of the story? Blaise Lin thought of his previous assessment. Small Junior Sister seems to be like him, knowing the future development of the plot. That's why she understood that she couldn't defeat Zheng Qingsu no matter what, so she resorted to such despicable means to reverse the situation. But when he thought of himself about to finish shooting and ascend to leave, what would be the point even if this were confirmed? At this moment, Princess Nanzhao, Azure Butterfly Zhao, stared at Blaise Lin without moving. Blaise Lin, seeing this, quickly asked why she was looking at him like that. If it was about the bet, he could only say sorry. As you can see, I have lost again. Azure Butterfly Zhao said that this amount of spiritual stones meant nothing to her. Compared to you saving me, a princess, this favor cannot be measured by any number of spiritual stones. Azure Butterfly Zhao, this infatuated girl, couldn't help but stare at Blaise Lin for a long time. Blaise Lin was surprised that the current female lead actually doesn't like the protagonist's type of handsome young men anymore. Instead, she has changed her preference to like his kind of superficial bad guy. Now, the matchup that Blaise Lin has been looking forward to the most is about to begin. That would be the matchup between the second junior sister Graysqua and Phoenix Song Peak Aurelia Zhu. Although the second junior sister is already one of the top young talents in the Qinglan sect of Immortality, she is still somewhat inferior compared to the likes of Aurelia Zhu, who is an unparalleled genius. Azure Butterfly Zhao reminded Blaise Lin that if he wanted to place a bet, she could help. However, she was flatly rejected by Blaise Lin. After experiencing the changes in the two junior sisters, he truly had no confidence left. Maybe the second junior sister will also surprise him with a cold response. After killing Aurelia Zhu, Blaise Lin suddenly realized that he could bet on losing. So he grabbed the slender jade hand of Azure Butterfly Zhao. Miss Zhao, if you really want to repay my favor, when I go on stage later, help me bet 20,000 spiritual stones. Bet all on me losing. Rest assured, I am confident. I am not a match for Ethan Yi. At this moment, Azure Butterfly Zhao was almost bewitched by Blaise Lin. She didn't expect the young man to take her hand initiative. It was the first time she had ever held hands with a boy. The drumbeat sounded. The match against the opponent officially started. The second junior sister and Aurelia Zhu both erupted with astonishing power from the beginning. The two of them stood in place, each creating their own sword domain. The onlooker disciple was filled with shock. What are they doing? Why are their sword auras appearing? In fact, they are trying to engage in a more intense sword fight. By connecting their sword intents, they form an invisible sword domain to serve as a broader battlefield for their combat. Now the two have already exchanged 300 moves on the stage. According to the original plot, it is at this moment that the third junior sister is defeated by a narrow margin of one move. Sure enough, with a bang, both of them flew out and fell on the stage at the same time. But in no time, the third junior sister actually dragged her injured body and stood up with difficulty. The genius of Celestial One Peak unexpectedly defeated the genius of Phoenix Song Peak. Even second junior sister can't believe she won. She looked at Aurelia Zhu lying on the stage, knowing she could have struck earlier with that sword. But why did she stop? Aurelia Zhu's mouth curled up. There's no reason. It's just that my skills are not as good. Congratulations, junior sister Gua. At this moment, Aurelia Zhu feels extremely calm inside. If I could switch places with junior sister Gua, having an eldest brother like Blaise Lin taking care of me every day, that would be so nice. Here it comes. The showdown between the bad guy eldest brother and the chosen one has finally arrived. Will our bad guy senior brother be able to turn the chosen one into a pig head in the end? Or will the chosen one prove to be more skillful and crush the bad guy senior brother instead? Just now in the second round, there was an unexpected upset. Grace Gua from Celestial One Peak emerged victorious. Next up is the showdown between Ethan Yi, the chief disciple of Cloud Drift Peak, and Blaise Lin, the chief disciple of Celestial One Peak. The most anticipated showdown of the event has finally begun. One is the Empress who escaped the encirclement of the Great Zhou dynasty, entering the Celestial sect as the Chosen One. The other is rumored to be unskilled, the Shame of Qinglan Peak, as their chief disciple. However, they have twice defeated the genius firstborn heir of the Northern River King. The two men, who seem to be mortal enemies, will finally determine their victor today in the fairest manner. The junior sisters are also extremely nervous. Eldest brother, you must defy fate and defeat that scum Ethan Yi by pressing him down on the ground. Master Seraphina Shao firmly believes that Blaise Lin will not disappoint everyone and will crush Ethan Yi, whom Master admires the most. You are the one who is the chosen one. As soon as Ethan Yi took the stage, he went all out with full force. Where is that fraud Blaise Lin? Hurry up and kneel down to surrender to this chief disciple. Ethan Yi's powerful and fierce physical strength also shocked the disciples below for 2.5 seconds. On the other hand, Blaise Lin's aura is lacking compared to Ethan Yi. They are clearly not on the same level. But in order to restore the bad guy persona, Blaise Lin took a deep breath. He started to criticize and mock Ethan Yi harshly, even threatening to turn him, who always boasts of being the chosen one, into a pig head today. Under Blaise Lin's manipulation, the system went even further by sending a series of rewards before the competition. This deceptive system is causing trouble again. This is really messing up their final performance. The three junior sisters below are also cheering and supporting Blaise Lin with all their might. Come on, eldest brother. Crush Ethan Yi's arrogance. Master has brought out his own fortune of millions of spiritual stones to support his disciple in winning. Aurelia Zhu keeps praying in her heart, hoping that Blaise Lin will do his best in everything. Even if he cannot defeat Ethan Yi this time, she will personally kill him in the Sword Tomb trial in the mystic realm that follows. On Ethan Yi's side, he is still full of confidence. He has been waiting for this day for too long. Today, no matter what, he will wipe out the past and step on Blaise Lin. Blaise Lin didn't expect Ethan Yi to be such a scumbag. He has already reached the manifestation stage summit. It seems that the old man still has some skills. The stronger you are, the more at ease I feel. Although the outcome is certain, he cannot concede in terms of momentum. Ethan Yi, listen to me carefully. In my eyes, you are just a piece of shit. I can easily use one finger to press you down on the ground and rub you. The enraged Ethan Yi directly uses his magnificent golden sword technique. Faced with a powerful sword technique imbued with 5-element energy, Blaise Lin decides to suppress 20% of his own sword intent rather than directly confronting it. When the two powerful sword intents clashed, they were evenly matched. But don't forget, this is only 20% of Blaise Lin's true strength. At this moment, Blaise Lin felt secretly pleased. He did not expect that the final act of his bad guy career would go so smoothly. The timing of Ethan Yi's charge and the sword move he used were exactly the same as in the original plot. According to the plot development, Blaise Lin will be driven to desperation and go wild, unleashing the taboo mystical artifact eclipsing Black Lotus he stole from the master. Ethan Yi will be temporarily frustrated but will ultimately unleash his ultimate move, the 5 Elements Annihilation Sword Technique. Then, he will be engulfed by the 5 Elements Annihilation Sword Technique himself. At the critical moment, he will be saved by the beautiful master, and he will automatically admit defeat. Next, his crime of theft will also be exposed to the public. He will be mercilessly imprisoned by the master at the cliff of regret. Ethan Yi is a good son. Hurry up and come help Dad achieve my immortality. But when Blaise Lin thinks about leaving this world, leaving the deeply beloved junior sister and masters, there is a faint pain in his heart. In the future, he will never see the master's exquisite face again, nor those unparalleled beautiful legs in the world. Seeing Blaise Lin in front of him was like seeing an ant. Ethan Yi swelled even more. Eldershire, look. Is this the existence you have always feared could rival me? He is not even worthy to hold my shoes with his behavior. He is simply a complete waste. Blaise Lin, today is your end. Is the Chosen One finally going to stand up this time? He is under the influence of bad guy Senior Brother's intoxicated immortal's moonlit stroll. The protagonist Ethan Yi actually used a sword technique, Blades of Fiery Fury, which was not found in the original work. Just when the angered Ethan Yi unleashed his full strength with a sword strike. The disciples below were also shocked for 2.5 seconds. They all thought Blaise Lin's divine consciousness had been completely extinguished by the blow. On the other hand, Seraphina Shao on the stage remained calm, simply because she had great confidence in Blaise Lin. How could such a minor attack defeat the Chosen One in her heart? At this moment, Ethan Yi is completely lost, as Blaise Lin, this fraud, was completely burnt to ashes by his sword energy. Eldershire, do you still dare to challenge other spirits now? Would you dare to extinguish my prestige? Anyone who opposes me from the great Zhou dynasty to the East Realm has met a fatal end. Even Blaise Lin is no exception. Suddenly, Ethan Yi feels like he has achieved victory again. I am destined by the heavens. All beings bow before me. The sword immortal of the heavens, 3 million strong. Even they must bow in my presence. Before Ethan Yi could even finish his joy, a voice interrupted him. Ethan Yi, you useless. Given a chance, you prove yourself to be useless, right? Blaise Lin is furious at this moment. He intentionally let Ethan Yi win, but Ethan Yi still couldn't defeat him. Truly like trying to support a wall with rotten mud. When Ethan Yi's sword energy touched Blaise Lin's immaterial sword body's protective sword shield, that annoying passive body technique, intoxicated immortal's moonlit stroll, was triggered perfectly once again. So that Blaise Lin was completely out of control, dodging the attack perfectly. Luckily, the Divine Wine spell was not triggered at the same time, otherwise, it would have directly killed Ethan Yi, that useless person. You should know that this set of bug combo skills even once suppressed the beautiful master with high sword proficiency and cultivation level. Looking at Blaise Lin without a scratch, Ethan Yi was stunned. Absolutely impossible. You must have used some kind of evil magic. He quickly sought help from Elder Shi to figure out what exactly was going on. Elder Shi told him that Blaise Lin had just used a very profound body technique inherited from the celestial realm. He dodged his golden sword energy, and this person's proficiency in the sword way is far above yours. Ethan Yi doesn't want to hear Elder Shi's nonsense. He just wants to know how to win next. As long as you help him win the Five Peaks Martial Gathering and become the champion, he will listen to everything in the future. After hesitating, Elder Shi told Ethan Yi that it's not difficult to win against Blaise Lin. Blaise Lin has never shown any intention of killing him from the beginning to the end. Even when Blaise Lin just used sword energy to resist, that sword intent was calm and peaceful. In short, he never wanted to defeat you. As long as you give it your all, you will definitely be able to defeat him. After listening to Elder Shi's words, Ethan Yi's mouth curled up again, and he started boasting wildly. Heaven has given you such a strong talent in the sword way. Yet you still kneel and beg for defeat. It's beyond help, because I am the favorite of the celestial Tao, the one and only chosen one in this world. Seeing Ethan Yi returning to his previous pretentious appearance, he finally felt relieved. I hope this time he can redouble his efforts and defeat himself in one go. The two of them once again set up their postures, preparing for a battle. Ethan Yi found that his golden sword technique was of no use against Blaise Lin. He then used his ultimate move, Blades of Fiery Fury, unleashing terrifying explosive flames that swept over dozens of yards around. The audience, including the disciple, was deeply impressed by Ethan Yi's move. It is worth noting that among the five elements law, Flame Law has the most powerful destructive force. He can integrate Flame Law so perfectly into his sword intent. What else could he be if not the chosen one? Only junior sisters and Caleb believe that eldest brother can turn the tide. Blaise Lin looked at Ethan Yi coming towards him step by step, and his heart was also in a panic. He didn't expect Ethan Yi to be such a scumbag. He was actually affected by his intoxicated immortal's moonlit stroll, and even used the move Blades of Fiery Fury that was not mentioned in the original. I wonder if the storyline will change because of this. The bad guy senior brother unexpectedly used manifestation sacred abilities and turned the protagonist into a pig's head. Even when Ethan Yi was pressed to the ground and rubbed frantically by Blaise Lin, he did not give up. He actually planned to use his trump card to fight a life-and-death battle with him. Just now, Ethan Yi used Blades of Fiery Fury to approach Blaise Lin. The junior sisters below the stage. They all appealed to Master to stop the competition. The chubby old Taoist on the side said that Blaise Lin losing to his disciple was not unjust. Seraphina Xiao, meanwhile, expressionless, spoke, "What a load of nonsense about being a sword-way genius! In front of my Blaise, even I may not necessarily be worthy of the title of sword-way genius. As for Ethan Yi, he is not even qualified to shine his shoes. You three little girls can relax. You don't understand. Eldest brother is only truly understood by me as his teacher." In fact, as early as when Master and Blaise Lin were fighting with swords, she discovered that whenever Blaise Lin's body sensed danger, it would trigger the terrifying sacred abilities. And at this moment, Blaise Lin also intended to grit her teeth and continue with acting out this big show. But Ethan Yi's move Blades of Fiery Fury is extremely powerful. He doesn't want to go down like this. He must make it look like he is seriously injured. This way he can follow the development of the plot. Use Eclipsing Black Lotus to end the Beauty Master. He then used Intoxicated Immortal's Moonlit Stroll to easily dodge. After several rounds of attacks, Blaise Lin finally found an opportunity to strike sideways with a sword. So he should be able to assist in pushing himself into a desperate situation. So he took the initiative to release half of his spiritual energy and sold it as a flaw to Ethan Yi, just as Blaise Lin thought it was stable at this point. His manifestation sacred abilities actually appeared actively. I saw a giant Buddha hand holding a wine jar, appearing above the void. The disciple below looked shocked. They didn't expect a manifestation stage cultivator to attain enlightenment in a single thought and display such powerful sacred abilities. Could it be that chief disciple Lin is also a chosen one to manifest such ethereal abilities like this? Then the giant Buddha raised the wine jar in hand, about to smash it towards Ethan Yi. Blaise Lin looked speechless, urging, "Hurry up and dodge, will you?" Shortly after, painful wails from Ethan Yi were heard on the stage. After enduring 2.5 minutes of attacks, Ethan Yi now looks like a pig's head. What the hell are these sacred abilities? Who the hell are you? Blaise Lin is already speechless to the extreme. How the hell can one act like this? If the damned system doesn't want me to become a deity, just say it directly. At this moment, Ethan Yi unexpectedly stood up. His whole body was exuding a terrifying killing intent. It looks like he's finally getting ready to use that move ahead of schedule. At this moment, Elder Shur quickly advised Ethan Yi not to act rashly. He had already used the burning blood, sustaining breath technique to break through his cultivation level at the expense of his life force. If he were to use that move, he would face a huge cost if he failed to successfully devour and destroy it. But Ethan Yi has already made up his mind that he will use that move today no matter what, in order to completely obliterate Blaise Lin, the insignificant ant. The Saint of Music on stage, Dantai Clear Voice, saw the scene and already believed that Ethan Yi would win. Fatty Laodao immediately put on an act. Although in the eyes of junior sister Xiao, Ethan Yi from my family, although his swordway aptitude is not worth mentioning, but if he goes all out, Lin the disciple is likely to be killed on the spot. Beauty Su is also very worried about Blaise Lin's safety. After all, Ethan Yi's sword technique is extraordinary. If everyone doesn't take action to stop it soon, it may be too late. The junior sisters are pleading desperately, hoping that the master will take action. Save their eldest brother. Seraphina Xiao remains calm as usual and repeats the same phrase. All of you watch and wait. I believe in my family, Blaise. An additional 200,000 spiritual stones were bet on Blaise Lin to win. This amazing move left everyone present speechless. This woman must be crazy. Little junior brother was pierced through the chest by the chosen one, blood splattering all over the place. Did Caleb, who was always thinking of the bad guy eldest brother, really die such a tragic death? I don't care about becoming the chosen one, ascend to immortality. No matter what happens today, I will avenge little junior brother and settle the score. Just now, the protagonist Ethan Yi finally unleashed his ultimate move, the 5 Elements Annihilation Sword Intent. When this move was used, the heavens and earth changed drastically. The audience below were all shocked by it. What kind of move is this? It actually carries such terrifying killing intent. Blaise Lin put his palms together, and with a single thought in his heart. He also used the eclipsing black lotus stolen from the beauty master to respond. When the golden lotus appeared, a gentle aura of light illuminated the entire arena. On one side is Ethan Yi's dark aura. On the other side is Blaise Lin's aura of light. The two energies kept colliding with each other on the stage. Who will be able to crush the other and achieve an invincible myth? At this moment, Ethan Yi has a look of struggle on his face. He didn't expect that even Blaise Lin with the 5-element destroyer sword inherited from the celestial realm heavenly desolation sword of darkness could neutralize it. What the heck is this mystical artifact? Blaise Lin himself doesn't know either. How did the eclipsing black lotus turn into this look? The fat old Taoist thundered above, accusing Blaise Lin of cheating. Elders, do you think the mystical artifact used by Blaise Lin resembles the one sealed by the ancestor at Celestial One Peak? The forbidden object, eclipsing black lotus. Blaise Lin is bold and daring to have stolen this item. I ask all elders to clearly see the situation and punish without mercy. At this moment, the beautiful master stepped forward to speak for Blaise Lin. Not only that, but she also mocked the fat old Taoist, saying he has lived for so many years, yet his knowledge is still so limited. If you can't figure it out, you can always ask the elders for advice. On the side, the Saint of Music Dantai Clear Voice said, This mystical artifact is no longer the eclipsing Black Lotus, but has been purified of its demonic energy. The reborn ninefold Tao Lotus is known as the 12th great golden immortal lotus in the celestial realm. Fatty Lao Dao looked incredulous upon hearing this. It's absolutely impossible. You should know that the eclipsing Black Lotus can only be purified by the ancestor of the Qinglan sect of Immortality. How could anyone else do it? Elder Shi here advised Ethan Yi to stop immediately. If he continued, his life source would be depleted. Despite Elder Shi's well-intentioned advice, the determined Ethan Yi insisted on his own way. No matter what happens today, he is determined to kill Blaise Lin, that waste of space. There can only be one chosen one in this world, and that is him, Northern River King, firstborn heir, Ethan Yi. Blaise Lin is currently making great efforts to restrain himself. He is not fighting back. I have to reverse the plot and be forced into a corner by Ethan Yi. This will prompt the beauty master to take action and then admit defeat. But plans never keep up with changes. Little junior brother actually walked onto the arena holding a dagger. Blaise Lin urgently urged Caleb to leave with all his heart. This is not a place for you to come. But it was already too late. Caleb lunged towards little junior brother and stabbed at Ethan Yi's back. He could not allow Ethan Yi to harm their eldest brother, no matter what. Sorry, eldest brother, this time Caleb didn't listen to you. Wait to kill this guy. Caleb apologizes to you, even if he has to die as an atonement. I will never allow my most respected eldest brother to be bullied or insulted. At that moment, Ethan Yi recognized who had attacked him. It was the disciple who had come to poison him on the day of the apprenticeship ceremony to assist Blaise Lin. So he turned around and pierced Caleb's chest with his sword. Our dearest Caleb little junior brother died such a tragic death under Ethan Yi's sword. The bad guy eldest brother actually personally killed the chosen one. Little junior brother, who only had eldest brother in mind, was cruelly killed by Ethan Yi. Blaise Lin watched as the once innocent little junior brother tragically died on the stage. Blaise Lin was angry. He easily defeated Ethan Yi with just one sword. He caused the system to crash due to changing the storyline. He mistakenly elevated the identity of the fall guy to the chosen bad one. Just now, little junior brother sneaked up to the arena and stabbed Ethan Yi in the back. Unexpectedly, he was killed on the spot by Ethan Yi in return. Blaise Lin, who witnessed the scene, was instantly furious. Today I will take your dog's life to avenge little junior brother. Ethan Yi's arm was cut off with just one sword. No one expected that Blaise Lin, who was in a disadvantageous position just now, would turn the tables. Celestial One Peak Chief Disciple is indeed terrifying. Looking at Caleb Blaise Lin lying in a pool of blood, his face is filled with sadness and self-blame. In the end, could he not change little junior brother's fate after all? He died for me. At this moment, Caleb is gasping for breath. His two thighs have been swallowed by the exhale of annihilation. Why are you so foolish, Caleb? Why don't you listen to eldest brother? Even if Caleb only has his last breath, he still cares about Blaise Lin. In his heart, eldest brother is the most powerful. In fact, Caleb had long obeyed Blaise Lin's words. Not only did he buy a piece of land in Red Wind City, but he also set up a pig farm. He was just waiting for the Five Peaks martial gathering to end, then he planned to go down the mountain and live peacefully as an ordinary person. Occasionally, he would cook for eldest brother and senior sister. But how could Caleb tolerate others bullying eldest brother? This was also his final act of recklessness. Before dying, Caleb hoped that Blaise Lin could agree to his final request. It turned out that today, while Caleb was tidying up the house for Blaise Lin, he saw the letters he wrote to several senior sisters and the master. He earnestly